Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you are. I am in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So this has been filmed from there. Hi. Okay, I see a lot of Malaysia. Okay, so in case you don't know what we're going to talk about, I don't know when the live went up because I don't know how it works. I've never done it from that side, right? Okay, there's two videos. Sorry, because I this is from the laptop. There's two videos that are attached to the live stream, and I'll be talking about those two videos. Hi everybody. Okay, now first thing is I'm going to, if anyone is going to swear, okay, hi people from South Africa. Okay, let me just put some rules because TikTok is very strict. So any swearing, they might stop the live, and certain words are trigger words, and then the algorithm might kick me out. Just relax. I'll get to you. Just stay calm, breathe, relax. Okay, so those of you who have been following me for a long time, well, not that long time, but since I started this thing, which was, when did I start it? I think when the white people were starting with all their AfriForum, going to US and all that, and then I did all the white stuff. Okay, and then for the past week, I've been doing all the black stuff. So today I'm going to do the colored stuff. So we've still got 2 more minutes left, so I'm going to just wait in case other people want to join. Hi. I always see you. I won't mention names, but I always see you. Hi, how are you? You're here every time I go live. So you kind of know how things work here, right? Yeah, so today I'm going to be talking about, is it 2 things or 3 things? Okay, probably 3 things. So, okay, it's still only 20:58. Okay, so if you go to my, on this live stream, there should have been 2 videos. I mean, there should be, because I can't see from the side, so I don't know. On that side, there's 2 videos. One is a question of the day, and one is, I think, an observation of the day, or a fun fact where I put 2 things about colored people. So I'm going to be talking about those 2 things. But let me just please remind everybody again, no swearing is allowed. And that's why I did the colored one last, because when I started doing the white people first, I was new to TikTok and I didn't know the TikTok rules. And I wanted to start with them because even if they were going to swear, it was going to be in Afrikaans, and then the algorithm cannot pick it up. Okay. Fortunately, not many people swore, but okay. And also they were not, because, TikTok has a lot of bullying things. So I started with them. So there was some bullying, and then there was some TikTok reaching out to me, things like that, telling me that I have to put filters on my comments, which I don't like to do. I like people to say what they want to say, because when people say what they want to say, they reveal themselves. They reveal their racism, their sexism, all their isms, Nazism, and everything. They will reveal it. Their ageism, all that, they'll reveal it. Okay. Then I moved on to the black people, because I also knew with the blacks, even if they were going to swear, it was going to be in their language. And I was not that worried, because from the black community, I have already a lot of people who support me. Not support in what I say, but who support my right to say what I want to say. And then the coloreds I left for last, because we have the reputation for being very rude, for swearing a lot, insults. It's just how it is. So I have to be careful, okay? They say pin a notice for viewers to contact you. Okay, I'll pin. Let me just pin this. Okay. So, okay, it's 9 o'clock, so I can start. So I don't ask questions. I don't speak to people first. I first say what I want to talk about. Okay. So one of the videos I posted was a question of the day. And the video said, when it comes to politics, why are most colored people in South Africa so clueless? Okay, that's what I said. And then I said, it is hard to have a decent, note well, a decent conversation with my fellow coloreds about politics. Decent is very important. I'll answer all the questions later. Let me go through this first, okay? Because most of them don't know much, if not anything, about it. Okay, right. So, operative words here. I said, why are most, not all, most. Okay, so you might be the one that is not in the most. You might be the one who knows about politics. Okay. And then also when I say here a decent conversation, because I've had conversations with people who know a lot about politics, but the conversation was never decent because there's always a lot of swearing and insulting and ad hominem comments and racism and ageism and a lot of attacking. So that's not decent. To me, decent means we can talk and go ahead, okay? Right, so that is what that was all about. So why I say this, okay? Now, there was one person who wrote in the comments and then he wanted me to elaborate in the comments. Now, everybody knows TikTok is, the words are very limited. You know, you can't talk a lot, you know, because otherwise you have to make you have to answer many times. So I kept saying to him, come to the live stream and then you can talk, because then I can invite him and then we'll talk. I normally invite people at the end of the live stream. Okay, because why do that is because I need people to hear everything before they want to whack, quack, 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 quack. Okay, you must first listen. Okay, right. So, okay, yeah. So the thing was decent and about politics. So why I say, okay, I already said decent because people swear and, you know, they get angry and defensive and all that stuff. Okay, but also why I say a lot don't know about politics, and even people in the comments, they gave their reason, and one of the main reasons is that especially colored people, a lot of people were very honest, and thank you for that. You were honest. You said, because I have no interest in politics. That is a fair statement. Okay? Because my question was, why, when it comes to politics, are most coloreds clueless? Okay? So some people said we are clueless because we have no interest in politics whatsoever. So as far as I'm concerned, that is a very good answer, because, and it's also an honest answer. So I mean, if I wasn't interested in, I'm not interested in rugby. No, I actually know a little bit about rugby. Let's say I'm not interested in aerospace, so I'm clueless about it. Okay, quite clueless. Okay, so okay, right. So some people also said they used to be involved in it, but they've just stopped. This is colored people. They've stopped because they've just given up, because, you know, there's just no hope already for colored people, because we are always left out. During the apartheid, we were left out. New South Africa, we are left out, which I also find is a very fair answer, because they're just tired. They've had enough. Okay, which I feel is a very fair answer. But I asked this question because I wanted people to say these things. I didn't want to just come out and say, oh, South Africans, coloreds are not interested in politics because, you know, I wanted people to put it there so that others can see it's not just from my mouth, it's from other people as well. Okay? Number one is they're not interested. Number two, they're just tired because they are always left out. Okay? They just left out. So this is quite sad. Okay? I'll do the comments afterwards, what you are saying here, because let me just go through this part first. Okay? Right. So, okay. And then, of course, a lot of people were just defensive and rude and jumping the gun and talking rubbish that had nothing to do with the conversation I was having. But then also, I must admit, I was not specific about why I said it. So I'm going to say it now. The thing is, a lot of people, when I say you don't know about politics, I am specifically talking about those people who vote. They'll tell you, oh, I voted. And then you say, who did you vote for? Oh, I voted for blah, blah, blah. Oh, what about blah, blah, blah did you like? What policies? And then they'll be like, oh, I don't care about the policies. I'm not interested in policies, I'm not interested in all that stuff. I just voted. And it's like, why? I already said why I did colors last. Then it's like, why? How can you vote when you're not interested in the party that you're voting for? You're not interested in their policies, right? So that is why I said they know nothing, or they don't know much, or they know nothing. I don't mean about the whole spectrum of politics. That is ridiculous. Even the politicians themselves, I'm sure they don't know the whole spectrum. But just you as a voter, why I say you are clueless is because if you're going to vote for a political party, you must at least know their policies. You must know why you voted for them. Like example, I've got some friends who voted for the ANC. Although every day they'll complain, the ANC this, the ANC, nya, 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 ANC, ANC, just all negative. Then voting come, they voted for the ANC. I said, why? They said, because first of all, because of all the parties in South Africa, that is the only party that they feel is still capable of running the country. Okay? That's what they said. I don't say that. Well, I also do agree with that, but I'm just saying. The second thing is, they said, because the ANC has a very good foreign policy. And then also they support BEE laws. They do not support the implementation. They wish it can be amended and restructured, but they support it. So of course, that's the ANC's policy. So they're going to support. You understand? Hi, hello. Oh, this thing is getting very hot. Let me put my laptop off. Yeah. Okay. So my whole thing about saying coloreds are, when it comes to politics, they're clueless. It's not to say you are a bad person or whatever. It's to say that there are a lot of coloreds who vote, but yet they don't care about the policy of the party that they're voting for. And I'm sure many of you have got friends like that, right? Isn't it? Isn't it? I'm sure you can tell me there now. Yes, right. We know. We have to sit and argue with them for hours. Like, how can you want to just vote and you don't even know? Do you know that party, they say this and this, and then they're going to do this and this, and then your friend is just like, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I want electricity. Things like that. Right? Isn't it? Am I talking rubbish? I'm sure I'm not talking rubbish. I'm sure, because if I have friends like that, I'm sure you have friends like that. Right? Okay? So that is why I just said they're clueless. It's mainly because you cannot vote for a party if you do not know their policies and if you do not agree with their policies. Like, I would never vote for a party that is pro-Israel. Never. Ever. Okay? Never. That's just me. But at least I know something about my view about politics. Okay? Right, now I'm going to answer, so before I go into the next, okay, no, then let me, wait, okay, let me do this one. Let me go into, let me answer read the questions, the comments, and then I go on to the next point. But everybody understands me on this, right? Let me first check before I go on. Say yes if you understand what I was trying to say. If you understand what I was trying to say about being clueless, please, hi, let me know, okay? Let me know, I'll answer that. Let me know what you think. Let me know whether you understand when I said, like my thing is, why I say people are clueless is because they will vote for parties, yet they don't know the policies of the parties. Sometimes they don't even believe in the policies of the parties, but they will vote for them. You'll understand that, right? Right? Everybody understands what I was trying to say. Okay, now remember when I said some colors are clueless. Now in English, the word some, do we all understand what the word some means? Because that's an English word, right? Some. Let's see in the dictionary what it means. Because I don't even know if a lot of people understand what some means, because the more I say some colors, the more I'm not one. I'm not. Hello? Some. In Afrikaans, som. Do we understand? Filter comments similar to those flagged by our community. You see, the TikTok is already flagging some of your comments. People, just be careful how you comment. No swearing, okay? And no bullying. Okay, right. Just be careful and don't talk too much, because they will also what's name you. It's not me. I'm not doing it. It's just because my subjects are always so problematic, so they are a bit okay. Yeah, I'm gonna read the comments now. Let me just look for the definition of some. An unspecified amount or number of. Okay, unspecified. It doesn't mean everybody. So when I say some people are clueless, don't get your panties into a knot and be like, oh, but I know. How dare she say, I don't know. Some people. Okay, some. Okay, now I'm going to start. But you said more. Yeah, well, most. Okay, let me see. Sorry. Oh, my book fell. Sorry, my phone fell. Let me look at most. Thank you for that person. Let me see what most means. I said most. If anyone has a dictionary with them, you can look with me. Most, because I'm also teaching you how you do things. You don't just talk. If you're not sure of something, you look it up. Okay, most. Definition of most. A statement of the exact meaning of a word, especially in a dictionary. Oh, wrong. Sorry, that's the definition. Wait, I need to look for the word most. Definition of most, right? Most. Greatest in amount, quality of degrees. Okay. So it's not all, it's most. So the greatest amount. So more people are clueless than those who are actually queued up. Okay? Right. So let me read the comments, because this is mainly about, I am concerned about how people vote. That is why I already spoke to the white people. I spoke to the black people. I'm now speaking to the colored people. The white people were just racist towards me. The black people were kind of more concerned about stupid things like the meaning of the word Afrikaner. Colored people are just downright rude. That's the only difference between the three. My main thing is, the reason we are in this state we are in is because people don't vote properly. And they don't vote properly because in order to vote, you have to at least put a little bit of effort, even if it's not in the whole political thing. Just at least look at the parties that you kind of like and then look at their policies and see whether it aligns with what you want for yourself, for your family, and for your country. Okay? That's the whole idea. So don't ask me anymore what's the point of this. I've already explained what the point is. So let me go through comments. Where are the comments? Okay, that's a swear word, so I can't read that one. This one is, oh, hi, you're from South Africa. Why did I choose coloreds? Because coloreds is a race in South Africa. I don't know what that is about. The aim about this is to make people more politically savvy and not savvy about, or just aware. You know, it's just more, because we know people, let's not lie, okay? Let's be real here. You know there are people, your friends, maybe family, who know nothing, but they go and vote. They simply vote. And then there's arguments because, like, how can you vote for that party? Because they don't even have this. They believe in this. And then that person will say, I don't care about that. I don't care about that politics. It's like, how can you vote but you don't care about politics? That is why our country is in this big mess. And my late brother used to always say, the problem with South Africa is our constitution is too sophisticated for our people, which is true. Because our kind of constitution, you have to understand it. You cannot be clueless about it in order to choose the right party. And in order to choose the right party, you have to know the constitution, you have to know the party's policies, and then you have to know what you want, what's good for you, your family, your community, the nation. Okay? Right. Thank you for those who are liking what I'm saying. So you know what I'm talking about. Okay? Because you know, I'm sure you've got family like that and you're like, oh, okay? Right. AI says colored rights. Let's dive in. Yes, AI. Right. So, yes, someone very honest. He said, we don't engage in, it means politics, right? We don't engage in that. We just enjoy life. That is also true because someone did say that colored people are too busy eating the naisa. That's a slang. I don't know if you have it in Cape Town. And I'm from Johannesburg. You're eating the naisa. That means you're just having a good time. So you got no time for politics and all that. That's a fair answer. Right? If you're too busy eating the naisa, of course you're going to be clueless because there's no time to be studying and going through things, isn't it? So, I mean, that's at least honest. Thank you for being honest. Okay? Okay, I'm only reading what's relevant. If we say to whites and blacks, they will get, of course they get upset. They already got upset with me. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I was right. Everybody else was like, yeah, she's right. Because it's right. You cannot simply vote somamos. No, you must vote because, like all the reasons I gave. There's people who vote somamos. Why did you vote for ANC? Somamos. What is that? No, I'm not part of the DA. I'd rather die than be part of the DA. Oh, I better not say that. They might flag. Okay. Okay, there's not many comments. This one said, I can't deal with this victim mentality. What victim mentality? I don't understand. Anyone? What victim mentality do you all see here? Anybody else in the comments? I know this person just said, I can't deal with this victim mentality. I don't know what victim mentality this person is talking about because we're talking about clueless people. This one said near auntie. Okay, I don't know. Maybe it's a question I asked. And okay. Okay, someone said it's because we belong to trends and not meaningful ideological ideas. Thank you for such a very well constructed, thought out answer. Yeah, I agree as well. Meaningful ideological ideas we don't want to have. If you just scroll up Before you answer that, look at the comments before your comment. It's exactly, it's not meaningful. It's just people making noise, but there's no substance to the noise they're making. Okay, yes, yeah, we vote for trends. That's it. Who's trending? DA is trending, so everybody votes for DA. Yeah, you cannot, that is why our country, we keep blaming the politicians, but then we are the ones voting for the politicians. We're putting them in power to be useless. And they are useless because they know we know nothing. They know. They know. They know we don't know. They know we just voted for them because somos, and that's why they can do what they do. But we have to put a stop to that. We need to be more conscious in our voting, in knowing what's going on in the political arena. Okay, I says politics unplugs, colored speak, yes. No, this is not about Israel. Ilala, don't say that word, sorry, ilala. This is not about ilala. Yes, thank you, this person. This person said colored people's history was erased. It's the acting like Mandela fought alone. Yeah, not just erased to say that we didn't help to overthrow the apartheid regime. Erased from the beginning of time, but that will be in my next part. But you're right. That's the other reason I want to do this, because of this. This person said, so you are angry because Gayton McKenzie support Israel? Ilala. No, I'm not. He can support whoever he wants. I don't. So obviously, because I don't support Israel, there's no way I'll ever vote for him. I won't vote for his party because I'm totally against genocide. Ooh, I shouldn't say genocide. Fair. I'm against fair. Okay, so this person needs to be muted. Okay, because I worry about like I say, I worry about TikTok. Okay, so that seems to be all the questions. Oh, I don't see any more coming up. Sorry, my phone is going to keep falling. Okay, so let me go on. Why is it not moving? Okay, so I want to go to the next one because I can see, I thought there'll be more people who will be interested in, I thought there'll be more people who will be interested in the politics thing, because a lot of people were very angry, still angry about it. Still angry. My point is, people, our country is in a big mess. And it's in a big mess because of who we vote for. And we keep voting for people who can't rule us. And the reason why we keep doing that is because we are not really invested in learning the constitution, learning what the political parties actually stand for, what are their policies, and things like that. That's all I'm saying. And if you ask anybody in any country, because I know we are new democracy, in any country, they will agree with what I'm saying. So if there's any foreigners here, Malaysians, let me know if I'm right. Let me know whether it is, or I'll wait till people answer. Is it good to know the policies of the party you're going to vote for? Tell me if that is a good thing. Tell me if it matters. I'll wait till you'll answer that. And while I'm waiting, I'm doing something else. I need to do something else. I'll wait because I got the whole day. I got nothing better to do. Until you tell me whether it is. Yes, obviously. So why are people fighting with me? Well, if you don't vote, then you shouldn't even be in this conversation, right? You shouldn't have anything to say because you don't vote. Okay? A lot of coloreds don't vote. I know some people don't vote because there's no political party that they think is worthy of their vote because they're all useless. I will second that. All useless. Put them in front of me, all useless. Okay, so that's why a lot of people don't vote. Others don't vote because, like they say, they're not interested in politics. Others don't vote because they just had it with always being ignored. Those are fine. I'm talking about those people who actually vote, but they know absolutely nothing about politics. And when I say nothing about politics, I mean they don't know the Constitution. They don't know the policies of the party. Okay? That's all. So don't need to fight with me over that. We've all already agreed. And some people's English is not good. I already said you must know the policies of the party. If you don't know the policies of the party that you're voting for, then that means you are clueless. Let that swirl in your head. It's just English. If you don't understand it, then let someone translate it to you to another language. Okay. Right. If you're not interested in politics, that's fine. Okay. So I think this conversation is boring for you, so you don't even have to participate anymore. Thank you for coming. Okay. Ja, so this was it. Ons gaan maar NCC try. Kyk wat die breinman kan dala. Yeah. The thing is, the NCC, because to be honest with you, I have not, because I already have my favorite party, but I've not looked at their policies yet. Let me write it down. I will, because a few people today have been mentioning them, so I want to look, but I have like 3 of my favorites that I'm keeping in view. Okay? Because for me, as long as BEE stays, but it has to be amended though. That's my main thing. And then my main thing is their foreign policy. I'm BRICS. I'm pro-Palestine, not supporting Ukraine. I'm not Western-centric. I want us to look east for development, things like that. So I'm a bit different, okay? So I know which parties I want to vote for, okay? Of course, I'm also want to be with parties that can make the country run properly, the infrastructure, not be corrupt. That's going to be a fast stretch because they're all corrupt one way or the other. And that's not going to make apartheid great again. And of course, I can see when I was dealing with the whites, oh, the white supremacy, it's rising. Okay. Okay, Neil de Beer is a good guy. I like Neil de Beer. I've always liked Neil de Beer, even back in the day. But people can like who they want to like. I'm not saying don't vote for ANC, don't vote for DA, don't vote for Inkatha, don't vote for whoever. I'm not saying any of that. Nothing of that. Don't vote for EFF. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if you're going to vote, at least know their policies. Okay? Like I said, me, I would never vote for DA. Never. Ever. Because they just old National Party, apartheid party, same thing. Just packaged differently. Okay, what's this? Yeah, majority of big, yeah, and exactly. And you ask those same colors, what is the foreign policy of DA? They don't know. I have to tell them, you know that DA is pro-Israel. No, don't say that. I say, yeah, and you know that they don't want us. They want us to support Ukraine, which means we cannot be with BRICS. That's not. Hello. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But like I say, you must vote for who you want to vote. It doesn't matter, but at least know the policy of the people you're voting for. Okay, just hold on, people. I need to do something which is very important because, like I said, I'm very worried about TikTok. If you can speak Afrikaans, it's fine. If you feel you cannot express yourself in English. Very true. DA only uses coloreds for their votes. This is a known fact. But it's okay because coloreds are still going to go vote for them. Especially those in the Cape. They're still going to go vote for them. And then, like I say, you ask the policies, they don't know. Never heard of it. Not interested. Okay, please be careful with the language. Okay, finish with politics now. We've all already decided that it is, in order for you to not be clueless about who you're voting for, you need to at least go and look at their policies and to see whether it suits what you want. Okay? Okay, let me go on. Okay, now the next one that also got some colored panties in a knot is when I said coloreds don't know who they are. Okay, of all the races in South Africa, who mostly don't know, coloreds are the ones who mostly don't know where they come from, who they are, and what rights they have in South Africa. Now that's what I said. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about now, about coloreds not knowing who they are, what their rights are, and where they come from. So this falls under their origin, their history, and their rightful place in South Africa. Now, why I said that is because, number one, I watched the Ernst Roots, what is this thing? Ernst Roots interview with Jordan B. Peterson. And in this interview, he spoke about how the Khoisan are the indigenous people because they were here. Because what he was trying to do is to show how, because the Khoisan, they are very few, the country cannot be theirs because they like just a few people. And then he was also talking about how the blacks, the land does not belong to the blacks because they came from the north. And then how Zulu, the Shaka did this and Dingaan did that, and the Matabilis and all the history. He was talking about that, about how they killed here and fought with the Boere and then fought with the Khoisan and blah, blah, blah. All about that. Again, trying to show that the blacks are not indigenous. They came from somewhere else. And then, of course, we know the Europeans, the Dutch, them, and Roots people, they came from Holland into South Africa. Okay? And then he said, oh yeah, and then he was like, oh yeah, then there's coloreds and Indians, and then others who came from Malaya, not Malaysia, please. Those days it was called Malaya. Okay? Because Malaya also included Singapore. So the Cape Malays, they come from Indonesia, Malaya, and where I am now, and Singapore, which was Malaya. Okay? He just kind of, when he spoke about the coloreds and the Indians, especially the coloreds, it was just like, and then the coloreds, like, it's not a big deal. And I've noticed people are doing this all the time to the colored people. They simply dismiss our existence. The whites do it and the blacks do it. And you know what? I think it's our fault because we don't stand up for ourselves, because most of us, again, most, not everybody, most. So again, I know my roots, and yeah, good for you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about others. They don't know the origin. And our origin is that we are indigenous. Coloreds are indigenous. We are a unique race that was created in South Africa. We were not created in any other country except South Africa. Because the Dutch came and they interbred with the Khoi and the San women. And that's how we were created. And then from there, we started also mixing around. A lot of people just stayed mixing with their Khoi people, with their San people. Others then interbred with more Europeans. So they just became whiter and whiter. Others then interbred with the British that came with the Portuguese, and then they also interbred with the people from Malaya. That's why we have Cape Malays, because they interbred with those people. Others mixed with the Indians, others with the blacks that were coming down. Okay, so you see why we are so mixed. But what binds all these colored people, what is the common denominator, is the Khoi, San, and European DNA within us. You have to have those three. You can have Dutch, it has to be Dutch. You can have Dutch and it could be British also, but you have to have the Dutch and Khoi, or Dutch and San. But you must have that. If you don't have that, you are not indigenous. So which means coloreds, we are the indigenous. So that is our origin. Our origin is South Africa. We originated in South Africa. Okay? In South Africa. And our heritage is Dutch, Khoisan, and then mixed with other races. And also, that then also means our history is, of course, the Dutch came and the Khoisan, blah, blah, blah. Okay? And then what is our rightful place in South Africa? Our rightful place is that we are indigenous. Exactly like the Khoisan people, we are like them because we are descendants of them. Now, this is something that we have to be firm about. We cannot be wishy-washy about when people are, who are you, what are you, then you get upset. And no, you should, and I don't want to use the word proud, because pride is one of the 7 deadly sins, and pride comes before fall. That's very anti-Christian to be proud. But you have to know who you are. What is your right, especially in South Africa? And of all the races in South Africa, we have the most rights. Because I put us together with the Khoisan, although because a lot of them are very pure, but still, we are descendants of that. Now, do you people get that? When I say we are the ones who we mostly don't know, because a lot of us don't know this. We don't know our rightful place. We don't know that we have Khoisan DNA and Dutch DNA in us. We don't know that. And also the reason we don't know this is because it was orchestrated that way. The Boere didn't want us to know this, because what they did was they stripped us of our roots. They swept it under the rug, watered it down, so that even today a lot of people don't know about it. They watered it down because they know we are the rightful owners of the land. And they had to water it down because they're afraid that one day we will stand up and say, hey, this is our place, you behave. And the same thing with the blacks. Now, there are a lot of black, maybe by now, who are indigenous because, like I said, the blacks also mixed with us, and they also mixed with actual Khoi and San people. So they are also already indigenous. Okay? Like the Xhosas. Xhosas are definitely mixed Khoi, San, whatever, one of those. But you'll understand what I'm trying to say. Okay? Okay? This is not racist. It's just that is what it is. It's not racist to say that we coloreds are indigenous, and our rightful place in South Africa is that we are people of the soil. This is our land. It is not racist to say that. We have the right to say that. And as colored people, we must start exercising our rights. We let the white people walk all over us. We let the black people walk over us. We don't stand on our own. You rather will swear at me and call me names and insult me for saying what has happened to us. Our roots were stripped off of us because they didn't want us to claim our rights. And you are perpetuating this stripping of roots with them, because you also want to fight with people like me who want to claim the rights. You are more on their side than what you are on our side, the colored side. Why are you doing that? You should stand together. We should stand as colored people. We should stand firmly and strongly because this is our country. We can start by spelling the word colored properly. C-O-L-O-U-R-E-D. That is our race. That is our race. Don't even misspell it. And the C is a capital C. Like I told the black people, the black must with a B. When you write a small b, it's a color of your skin. When you write a big B, it is your race, different from the color of your skin. Because the color of your skin does not determine your race. And colored people, we understand that, right? Because some of us are very dark, some of us are very fair, isn't it? So we cannot determine by just looking at a person and say they colored or not colored, because we don't know. Some colors look white, some colors look black, some colors look Indian, some colors look Malaysian, isn't it? Some colors look Chinese, because we colors, we mix, we look like just my family alone. You put us all in a line, we five children in my family, we all look different. We don't even look like we come from the same parents. So are you people understanding what I'm saying? Yes or no? Put there yes, and then I can quickly go into the comments. Yes or no before I can go into the comments. Yes, who else understands? Okay, yes, so you all understand. So there's no reason to get angry with me. And when you see on my videos, people all talking bad things and insulting me and all that, you've been on this thing with me now. If you agree with what I'm saying here, which I can see you do, you go and put them straight. This is how we can start to empower the colored people. We must get our fellow coloreds to learn about who we are. And we have to get our fellow coloreds to vote properly. Not vote because the DA put some flowers on the pavement there. And then you look at the Cape Flats. Cape Flats compared to Sea Point. We have to wake up, people. We have to wake up. And also do the insulting of me. That is so immaterial. Don't insult me. Just go and do what is the right thing to do for the country. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm putting myself out here to be insulted and criticized and made fun of and demeaned and ridiculed. Because I love my country. Okay? And I love my people. Let me see. What are the comments? I want to get to the new comments. Okay, you're all just talking amongst yourself. Because someone says, we know who we are. 1652, Jan van Riebeeck brought slaves here. We are... No, you see, that's not true. Jan van Riebeeck just came with all his white people. He didn't bring slaves. He brought himself and his crew and people who had to come and work here. That's why know the history. That is not right. He didn't bring slaves. Someone wrote self-determination. I don't know. That's got nothing to do with the self-determination. I better write it down. Is a topic for another day. Let me write so I can remember. Maybe I'll do the self-determination fun fact tomorrow. Actually, I've done a few videos about self-determination. Because self-determination is like I said, I want to buy like 10 acres of land. And then I want to lease the properties for building houses and like for businesses. But I will only lease and allow people to stay there who are coloreds, but they must have light skin and they must have their original front teeth and they must have Kruskopper. And then I'm going to call the town Kruskopville. Because if self-determination can be whatever, then that's what I'm going to do. Of course, that's just a joke, but why not? Why can't I? What about my Muslim friend? Why can't they set up a whole town that's only for Muslims? Everybody, the women must all be wearing that, the hijab and all that. And the law there is Sharia law, not our country's law. They can do that. If self-determination. Okay, but that's another topic for another day. That interview had an agenda of degrading non-whites. No, it wasn't about degrade. It was about elevating white people's status in South Africa. That interview with Ernst Roots was to show how white people belong in South Africa, like, you know, the usual thing. Yep. No, most of this person said that's a lie from white people so they can take over South Africa. Blacks are from here. No, the black tribes are all from out of South Africa. They came in. But like I said, a lot of them are also indigenous because they already intermarried with the Khoi, the San, and the Coloureds. So that means they have the and you know, if you really want to find out what you are, because I did that, I had my DNA mapped. You can see how Khoi or San you are. It will be in your DNA. They will show you. It will show. There's Coloureds in Namibia and Zimbabwe. Yes. No, the ones in Australia are they Coloureds from South Africa and Namibia now that went to go live there. That's all. But they're not indigenous. Why do you say I'm confusing everyone? What is confusing about what I said? The San is Busman. The Khoi and San, the San is Busman. The Khoi is Hottentot. People, you had better go and learn the history of colored people, because when you all talk, you cannot talk rubbish. You need to talk. This is the thing with coloreds also. We must know who we are so that we don't talk rubbish and people cannot talk rubbish back to us. Okay? That's why we must, thank you for that like, we must learn these things. I know a lot of you are allergic to Google search, but you have to, because now we are living in the time of information technology, IT. So you have to use information technology to get all your information. That's why it's called information technology. It's technical information. Don't be allergic to Google or Chat GPT or Grok or these things, because you need to learn. That's how we operate in 2025. I don't know why some of you are still not up to date. I don't know what South Africa's education system is doing that people don't know. Even if you go to, I was in 2010 in university in New York City, and all my work was on the internet, in the cloud. I had to put all my work in the cloud. All the lecturers' notes, when they give it to you, it's in the cloud. There were no textbooks. Hi, hello. Yeah, if you're white and then you come onto there's a white person that came onto my chat and started to be rude. And then, you know, I have to worry about, like I said, about algorithms, about TikTok. Can we promote identifying as member of the human race? We don't have to identify as members of the human race. We are human. So that's not important. We are human. We're not animal. We know we're human. But under human, there's other categories. You know, even above human, we are class mammalia, we are mammals. And then above that, we are animalia, we are animal. Of the animal, we are mammal. Of the mammal, we are Homo sapien. Of Homo sapien, we are human. Of the human, we female male. Of female male, we are race. Then we are many things, but human is just one of it, okay? Human is just one part of who we are. And I already had this conversation yesterday. due to circumstances and how we are already looked down upon, I don't think a lot of coloreds will care. Yeah, I agree with you. Because frankly speaking, and I'm just going to be honest, coloreds really don't care. I don't know why. You can see the difference. The Indians care, the blacks care, the whites care, Chinese even care. Coloreds, the Khoisans care. I mean, because I'm in the Khoisan group and you must see all the WhatsApp messages and Facebook and coloreds eating the nice. But anyway, that's how we are, isn't it? I mean, that's just our style. Okay. What is this? That would be great. Okay. Okay, right. Since there's nothing else to talk about and there's a bit too much swearing going on, I'm going to have to stop this because I don't want to get banned from TikTok because of things you people do. Yeah, someone said we integrated with Dutch and Khoi and Black, yet all of them don't like us except for the Khoi. Yes, because we are a threat. The white people and the black people don't like us because we are a threat. Because we are indigenous. We are the owners of the land. And if we, like now, we are a threat to them. That's why they keep looking down on us. And we also stupid enough to not want to be involved in politics. We just want to eat the niza. We just want to enjoy life. So that they get advantage of that. It's also not their fault. It's our fault because we don't want to do anything about it. We just want to, just the white side do this, we jump. The black side, we just jump. We just jump with whoever tells us what to do. So, I mean, what can I say? Hi. I think you undermined my submission. I don't know what that means. Yes, we have to stand together. This person is right. Yeah, the Khoisan also, but I mean the thing is they are true because they are like pure Khoisan. They're not really mixed, but we are mixed. But it doesn't matter. We are still indigenous. We are still, because it's in the DNA. We are living in 2025, people. DNA is very important. It's not just mouth talking. No, 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 Khoisan, son, you are not Khoisan. They can talk, 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 talk. Science matters. I don't know if science has caught up that much in South Africa, but in the rest of the world, science is very important, extremely important. So maybe we have to catch up. This conversation is sad. Why is it sad? Minister Gayton will join in 5 minutes and I love Dr. Alan Busak. Huh? Are they going to join? And I have to go. No, don't say it. I tell you, Dr. Alan Busak. That is my man. That, I tell you, every time that man speaks, I get goosebumps. I get the fervor. When he spoke at Reverend Sikakane's book launch, oh my God. And then also he was interviewed, I can't remember by who. Oh, I tell you, who doesn't like me? Oh, sorry, just hold on, the thing fell. Sorry, my phone is too hot, so I'm trying to move things around. Yeah, it shows it's time for me to go already. I had to move things around because I try to keep things. I don't want to be like in a lecture. I try to keep things relaxed. Okay. Okay, but I have to go soon. This is what I'm worried about. It's already 10 o'clock. I've got another live stream to do on my other. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. And thank you for your participation and for being civil. Yeah, we must learn to, you see, I know it's sometimes, like, and also I know the way I say things can rile people up, but because that's what I want. I don't want this people to be complacent. Okay? And then when you come to the live stream, we can talk it out, because when we talk it out, then we can see what I'm trying to do. Okay? Because I'm sure some of you already can see what my intention is. Okay? My intention is not to break people down, and no, I'm trying to lift people up. Doesn't matter what race. I did it with the white people that day. I was trying to teach them, like I'm teaching you now here, or trying to, relay information. I was trying to relay information to them about how non-whites feel about certain things, because they don't get it. They just don't get it. So I was trying and trying and trying. Okay. The game. Hi, can I ask something? Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, the go-to thing when people don't like me, they say I'm racist, but I don't care. It's okay if I'm racist. Look at my face. Does this look like I care? No, I don't care. Yes, at least, things that study the parts that like let's say you're worried about trading, right? Because I know a lot of people worry about the economy. Look at what their plan for the economy is. Whatever bothers you, like what is their plan for the infrastructure, things like that. Don't just simply vote because your cousin is voting. What is request the box? I don't know what that means. Oh, an invite. Okay, I'm gonna invite this person, but I'm telling you now, if you're going to be rude, I am going to have to block you, because I'm very worried about um so just let him come on first.
Hi,
Hi.
good afternoon, lady. Good
Good afternoon.
afternoon. How are you?
I'm well, thank
I
you.
just
How
want to
are
put on
you?
my. I'm very well, thank you. I just want to put on my camera so that you can see you talking to. My name is Eugene. I'm actually I live on the Cape Flats, and I was scrolling through TikTok and I came across your videos. And there's one video that I saw where you had a caption on top where you said that coloreds don't know politics.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of took a little bit of offense to it, but then I started watching your videos and stuff like that. So the reason I asked you if I can ask you, ask you a question, I wanted to ask you if you from South Africa and what race you are, if it's
Yeah.
okay, if you don't mind me asking.
No, that's fine. That's fine. And thank you for joining. Yeah, I'm from Johannesburg, South Africa, and I am uitgedrukt kleurlang. I'm colored.
Okay,
Yeah,
sounds
I'm from
awesome.
Johannesburg, so my accent is a bit different.
Yes, I hear you. But why do you feel that we as Scarlets do not know politics? Why do you feel that way?
Yeah, so I already covered
Are you
this.
referring to everybody, all colors,
No,
to all?
no, okay. I already covered this in the beginning of my,
Okay.
but I will just recap, and then after this, I really have to go because I have another live stream I need to attend. Okay, so I said most coloreds. Okay,
Yes.
so the
Yes.
operative
Okay.
word is most. So that means not everybody,
Yes.
obviously, because most. And then I also said
Okay.
the ones that I talk to.
Okay.
So I didn't talk to you, so obviously it's not you. You know what I mean? But the
Okay.
ones that I've
Yes.
spoken to, and I've spoken to ones that are academics, the maid, the person at KFC, all kinds, okay? And
Yes.
then like I've told everybody here, the thing is that why I say they are clueless, it's because a lot of colored people, they will say, I have no interest in politics, but they vote. And then they say, I know nothing about politics, but they vote. And then even when you ask them, did you vote? Yes. Who did you vote for? That party. So what about that party do you like? Oh, I don't care. I just voted for them because my cousin, there's no, it's like, no, when you vote, you must at least know the policies of the party you're voting for. It doesn't have to be all the policies, but policies that matter to you, like could be the economy, could be the foreign policy, trade, whatever. You know what I mean? So why I say most are clueless, because I know a lot of people who vote for a party and they know absolutely nothing about their policies. They just vote somamos. Why did you vote somamos?
I think I think I understand what you try, the point that you try to bring across. But don't you think it's fair on the people that don't really care, that just feel that they need to go give a vote because they were kept in the dark all the time and we got pushed back so far? That where the Group Areas Act that came in back in the day, where we were thrown into Elsie's River and Nova Park, where gangsterism. Don't you think people's by a point where they're so desperate that they just want change and they're trying what they're not interested in the politics. They just want a better life. You know what I'm trying to say?
I know what you're trying
It's
to say,
not
but
it's not
that is
necessary
the
for us to
danger.
know.
Yeah, I know what
I,
you said,
I
but
know
sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
um, some of us are just not interested in because all of us can't be politicians, okay? All of us can't be. And the politicians, they need our votes. And we kind of put our trust in them. But we have been disappointed so a lot of times that we, by a point where, and I'll say we, not, I'm a little bit more clued up. You know what I'm saying? That's why I
Yeah.
come here and I ask you, because I'm not going to sit here and judge you if I don't have a conversation with you. Because I did take a little bit of offense when I saw your videos, but I thought, oh, let me listen to this lady and see where she come from. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody deserves respect and we all have a right to our opinion. So I told myself, okay, this is your opinion. That's what I told myself. This lady's opinion, and I can respect that. But now I'm scrolling and I see you live. So I thought, okay, here's an opportunity for me to come ask you a question. But I grew up in a apartheid time where I got chased by the police. When I would look for a public toilet, it was only whites only. So I could have been full of resentment towards that. Trust me, I could have been. You know what I'm saying? But when I decided not to be like that. So I got a lot of Afrikaner friends now, and I interact with a lot of Afrikaner people and stuff like that. But I'm not into politics. All I know is that we drastically need change. And if people, and I think people exclude up, I think they just need to come educate and not speak down. You understand what I'm saying? But they also need to come with facts. You understand? And make people understand and not speak down on them. Because we were all back so much in back in the day, and even the black people had to walk out. They couldn't walk out like they wanted. They had to say they had something called a dome pass or something like that. They couldn't just go operate. And I mean, people took offense and they felt hurt about this. And it's something to work through a lot. So I come and I look down on the colored people. You know what I'm saying? It's not right. You understand what I'm saying? So we need to be careful. And I'm not saying you're doing that. How we bring a message across and how we want to educate people because we want people to listen. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need to do. So I thought I'm going to come ask you where you're from and what race you are, because when I saw you, but I listened to the way you speak, I thought, no, this can't be because I thought you're a blanca man. Verstaan jy?
Mhm.
So I see people in the comments saying that you're racist and stuff like that. But I think people need to
And
sit
I
and
love
listen
it.
to you.
And I love it. That's why I never tell people my race, because I love when people get me wrong. I just love it. I don't know. It's like
But what?
I remember people
But
was
what?
sorry.
What drove you to do what you're doing today on the app? Something drove you to do this.
Right. So like I explained to everyone earlier on, what I'm trying to do is, you see, our country is in this big mess because, like I said, people vote, but they don't know who they're voting for. They just simply vote. Now, what I would like is for, even like you said now, even those people who are not interested in really knowing about politics, but there has to be other people around them that can at least advise them. Like I did with my friend. My friend was totally, oh, I'm DA, DA, DA. And I said, you want to DAA, DA, DA, but at the same time you want to go pro Palestine with your flag. When the DA's policies, they are pro-Israel. And she didn't know that. She didn't know that. She's so, like, she's very pro-Palestine. I mean, she's already volunteered to go and help, with in the hospital and all that. And so there's many people like that. So, but like I told everybody else here, the thing is, when we vote, we need to vote properly, because we keep putting the wrong people in power, because we are clueless about what they actually stand for. We see them give whatever they give, and we just go with the flow. And this is very dangerous for the country. Very dangerous. You understand what I'm trying to say?
I understand what you're saying. So if I come into your show that you're having your live, clueless about politics and about voting, and I'm going to do this for the first time in my life, what would your suggestion be for me? Where would you send me?
Like I told everybody else before, if you want to vote, make sure you know the policies of those people you're going to vote for. And it doesn't have to be everything. It must be something like, let's say you just want more employment. Then you only look at that part of the policy to see what they stand for. And you can also ask people who know about politics, who can advise you properly. Because I'm sure in every group, like in my group, I'm always the go-to one. Because everyone knows I will be the one. I don't mind researching. They'll just be like, hey, what do you think about this? Then I'll be like, who's that? Because there's so many new parties. I don't even know who they're talking about. I don't mind doing the research and then telling them, oh yeah, this one, what do you want? The trade. Okay, this is, whatever. So that is what my advice would be. But do not go and vote Somamos, because that does not help the country. That is why we cannot move.
So I will ask you another question then. So what party will you suggest to me to go vote for that you feel that policies as trustworthy?
I was just telling people yesterday, as far as I'm concerned, they are all equally useless. I don't even.
There we go. There you
I don't
answer.
know
There
who
you
I'm
answer.
going to vote for
So
now, because I
yes,
know if I don't vote, my vote
yes.
goes to the ANC automatically.
Okay.
And
So
I
I hear what you say.
okay
I
with
hear what
them.
you say.
Yeah, because if you don't vote, your vote, because your vote goes to the majority party, which is like the ANC at the moment. If you don't vote, it automatically goes.
Okay.
So, but
Okay. So I also know that. So don't you think? Don't you think the video that you made with the captions "color don't understand politics"? Don't you think it goes for white, blacks, Indians, and just not for coloreds?
I've already
So
spoken
don't
to
you think?
them. I've already dealt with them. I've told everybody on this live stream. The whites were the first people I tackled. And the
Yes, I understand.
hatred I
I
got from
understand.
them was like, I
But
thought I was gonna die.
but
Next,
but
last week I had the blacks, which was a
yes,
bit
but I
better.
don't.
And
So
this,
tell me, I never saw a video of you where you had a caption that whites don't understand politics, and I didn't see you
no,
make a
because
video that black.
I use different. But if you go in my YouTube, because normally what I do here, I put on YouTube. Oh, you ask the whites. I've already blocked by so many people. Ems Roost, everybody has already blocked me. Blacks, I just finished with them. That one went better. Somehow the blacks are more queued up, I must admit. I told people even here, I put the coloreds last because I needed to be more strong to talk to coloreds, because coloreds, hulle sal jou onder jou rok vloek. And I was not sure I'll be strong enough to be able to take it, because coloreds can be extremely
Yes,
rude. They
but
are the rudest people on
but
earth.
the white
No, they just
Afrikaner
racist.
community kan ook jou
They just
heerlik
racist.
uitvloek.
Yeah,
Heerlik.
they're very racist, but I can handle that. I'm a child of the apartheid. I'm 61. I grew up in the apartheid. I was an
So
activist.
why can't you?
Let me
So
tell
why can't
you.
you deal with the colored? The coloreds? Then why can't you deal with the colored if you can deal with them? Because I also grew up in the apartheid. You see,
No,
that's the thing, man. You
no,
understand what I'm saying? So
because I take it personally with coloreds.
you
I take it personally. With whites, I don't take it personally, because I'm just like,
but
But
we're all human beings. Don't you think we all need to be treated on the same level?
yes, we're the same, but some of us are ruder than others. We must admit that. We cannot run away from that. Some of us are ruder. Some of us maybe drink more. Some of us take drugs more. Some of us are better Christians. We
But
human
but
nature.
that's all justification. But don't you think that's just justifications around it? Doesn't everybody deserve a fair and equal chance? And
I'm
you
giving
understand what I'm
everyone a
saying?
fair and equal chance. I just decided I go with the whites, then the blacks, then the coloreds, because I also need to protect myself. And you can ask people who helped me get through this. Today was
Hmm.
the worst day of all the videos I've made. Today was the worst day of dealing with the comments. It was the worst. I tell you, I have a
Okay.
balcony here. I cannot say it on Facebook on here because it will be violation of their what do you call it, their community thing. I have a
Yes,
balcony here.
community
You can
guidelines, the
imagine what
community
I was
guidelines.
thinking about the balcony. You can imagine. I cannot say it, but you can imagine. That is how bad it was today. But I also have to protect myself because I'm also a human being. I have put myself in this position where people will criticize, demean, insult. I've done that. I'm aware of that. But I also have to know how to shield myself. And I'm doing this because
Okay.
even during apartheid, I put myself out there to be killed. I was an activist, detained, rubber bulleted, all that stuff. But because that was my choice, this again is my choice because Dr. Alan Busak said, reimagine the revolution. So,
Hmm.
how do you reimagine the revolution? I'm trying to do it through education. That's how I'm trying to do it. By letting us talk like this, everybody say their thing, and it doesn't matter how you say, just say it. Except, of course, because TikTok is very, I mean, they already told me they're going to ban me so many times for not things I say, for things that the people in the comments say. That's why I now had to put filters on the comments, and I have to keep uh, blocking people and muting people because for my protection, because I don't want my account to be blocked. But anyway, I have to go. I see the people on the other thing already
Yes, and
waiting at another.
thank you for allowing me in your box. And I think I understand you a little bit better. So if I look at your videos, and I'm very open-minded. I'm a recovering alcoholic and drug addict. I used for 25 years. I was part of gangsterism on the Cape Flats. I've changed my life, and I'm always open-minded around things. And I'm only human. I do get resentful. I do get angry, and I do think, what is this person trying? But I just want to ask you one thing before you go. What's your motivation to do what you're doing? What made you drive to come to the platform and do
Like
what
I
you do?
said, Dr. Alan Busak, because of his speech, he made me remember what we fought for. We did not fight for this rubbish that's going on now. We did not. And he reminded me of that. Even I talk about him, I get cold shivers. He
Yes,
reminded
I
me
hear
of
what you're saying.
what we
I
stood
hear what you're
for
saying.
and what we
Yes.
fought for, and it is not happening. That's why.
Okay. So
Okay.
thank you
Very
for the
nice speaking
opportunity.
to you.
Your name's Celeste.
Celeste, yes.
Yes. Celeste, I just want to encourage you to tell our colored people. I mean, when I saw that caption is those who don't understand politics, please come listen to my live or something. Just
If
change
they
it a
want to
little bit.
listen, good. If they don't want to, I'm not going to beg people's children. Sorry. I got my own child to worry about. Very nice talking to you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Okay.
God bless you.
Yeah, same. God bless you. Okay, everybody, I'm
Bye.
signing off. If you need to see the full live stream, it will be on my YouTube channel. Same name, Celeste, this and that. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you for those who commented, who participated. I really hope that the message came through to you. Please, when you see anybody in the comments talking other things other than what we're talking here, put them straight because we are on a mission, right? We're all on this mission together. Cheers and keep well.